What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you guys, well, with another market watch today. So the Remote Duel Extravaganza December event is finally behind us, and with that said, I think we have a good indication of the top decks in the game. If you guys want to stay tuned and see what I think are the top decks in the game, make sure to watch the end of this video. I'll mention the top 5 decks of this game at the end of the video. With that said, guys, let's go into the market watch. I mean, looking at Appaloosa Bowl of the Goddess, Starlight Rares in general, though, I should really say Starlight Rares in general, they might about to go up in value, says I. Starlight Rares are one of the first cards that really risen in value the second we got our last stimulus check. Is it right? Is it responsible? Wrong and wrong. It's not. It's definitely not. But let's be honest. Whether we agree or disagree whether or not what you should do with your money, that's your money, that's not mine. You can do whatever you want, by the way. People are still going to be going ahead and buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. With the release of Drytons, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players can take that stimulus money, put it to Drytons, or maybe finish off any decks they have. More importantly, a majority of the Yu-Gi-Oh player base is going to be putting money into Starlight Rares. Why not? I mean, it's not like every day you get money from the government, even though we just got money from the government, we're going to get it again. Nothing bad can happen. People are going to be going ahead and buying as many cards as possible. The value of the cards within the market is going to explode. And right now, we are in the calm before the storm. Nobody really realizes it yet. I really don't think a lot of players even understand it, but it's about to get crazy up in here. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, like button, and comment down below. Comment question of the day. So last time, comment question of the day, we talked about like what deck you're playing right now. Well, I'm gonna flip it on you and go, what deck you don't want to play against right now? Like what deck you just don't want to even look at? Personally speaking, I don't want to play against any Gluru players. Whether I'm playing Gluru, whether I'm playing another deck, it's not really intuitive. It's not really interactive. It's a deck that what you need. Your turn 1, if you're a Guru player, you gotta go. Let me get Guru. Let me get Guru, and then you're playing other cards to like stop you from doing things until they get to like it's I don't know. It's not really an interactive deck, but I will say when it does get popping off, not a lot of deck, in fact, almost any deck in this game can really stop it. But yeah, looking at Appaloosa Bowl of the Goddess in general, I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are going to start picking this card up. The value of the Secret Rare might even rise in value. The Starlight Rare is definitely going to rise in value. As Yu-Gi-Oh players playing Drytons is going to want to grab this card again for the deck at the higher rarity. Once again, I wouldn't normally say that, but with the stimulus check coming around, that's exactly what's going to be happening. Up next, guys, let's talk about just, in fact, for a quick second, how the fact that this set is a terrible valued set. Just in fact, Collector's Rare, it's the most expensive Collector's Rare. It's about $60, $60. That's the most expensive Collector's Rare in the set. You take that and you look at Toon Chaos, one of the most cheapest Collector's Rares is about $60. This set is atrocious. I mean, we talked about it on many facets. 1, the Collector's Rare does not work for the Collector's Market. 2, Konami's like, oh, you want competitive cards? And then they weren't in Toon Chaos? We got you, bro. And Lee threw anything competitive, kind of competitive, and just threw it in the set. So there was nothing for collectors and casuals to really care about. And 3, everyone and their mother opened boxes just Impact and open sorted and sold it online. Well, because they wanted to make the money, because they saw what happened with Toon Chaos, and now Toon Chaos for a while didn't get another printing, so the values of a bunch of cards just spiked insanely high, so they want to be there. They have that FOMO, fear of missing out, and they went in and and ate this set alive. Looking at it though, Dryton Nova didn't go down though. It's roughly around $30. Now it is unfortunately the most expensive card out of Toon Chaos that's on the Collector's Rare. That honor goes to Artemis, the Matches Moon card, which realistically is what, a one-up maybe? That card's doubled in price, $60, but nevertheless, if you're looking to play Drytons, you're going to get Nova, you're going to need to spend $90. You need Miniana's Dryton, that card is pretty high, but now it's down to the second most expensive card, $8. By the way, the winner of the Remote Duel Extravaganza event was Jesse Cotton. He won it with Drytons. A lot of other players topped with Drytons. There were players also topping with Gluru as well. Even though I personally don't want to play against a deck, it is like, whether I like a deck or don't like a deck, if it's one of the best decks in the game, you got to realistically be honest and understand why and understand how to beat that. I think it's very important. A lot of players get biased and they just block it out, but you really can't. But yeah, looking at it, Gluru rewards some of the decks I topped. And Drytons definitely was one of the decks I topped, so the price of these cards actually might start skyrocketing. Now, can they go skyrocket within like A day? No, we didn't get our checks yet. Within a month, about a month. We'll see that with a lot of the Dryden Collector's Rare cards. The market's still settling, and it might take another couple of days, maybe even up to a week for this market to fully settle and stabilize. Once the prices of these cards will settle and stabilize, what's going to happen is Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are now going to start turning into results from any tournaments, taking those results, and then buying the correct cards. So there's also Elec variants. Once again, Glue uses Elec now. They teamed up. But there's also Evil Twins, or Live Twins, whatever you want to call it. They also could use Elecs, and that's really good as well. So there's a lot of things happening. We don't know what's going to happen with the Evil Twins. We really don't understand what's going to happen with Drytens. Like, are they going to go high? Or are they going to stabilize? We really don't know. I personally think that the Drytens are going to start rising slowly in value once everything is fully stabilized, depending on how badly people have bought into Genesis Impact. This is why I say you never buy into these boxes. You always buy into the singles market, unless you're looking to turn a profit, and even then, let me explain to you about how bad the profit margin is for Genesis Impact. A booster box Genesis Impact first edition, oh, they remember my filters? Oh, hey, I don't know why that's a thing, but anyway, a booster box Genesis Impact is roughly around, this is from what's one? This is from a verified seller, no, okay, that's verified seller, $45. This guy has 89 boxes for $47. Majority of the time, in fact, in this situation, these people are selling these boxes at a loss. That is how bad Genesis Impact is. People, don't get me mistaken. A lot of players, a lot of vendors, backpack vendors have lost money on this set. Don't let that be you. I always say, buy the singles on TCG Player. Use my TCG Player link if you want to. I greatly appreciate it. But nevertheless, always buy the singles. A lot of players are seeing a lot of money being made in the market. People are, and people who are making money, by the way, they're just bragging. They're like, oh, we're making so much money. Everyone goes in and buys it, dummies. And then what happens? You get something like Genesis Impact, which boxes are just dirt cheap. All right. Looking at Rise of Zeus, which is easily one of the best core sets I think we had in recent memory. Definitely one of the best core sets. You got cards like Triple Texas Talents being roughly around 100. Drop-In's about to hit 100. The Deer Servant's being 91. Despite the fact that Dogmatica variants aren't seeing as much play, the Deer Servant actually rising in value. Maybe I'm wrong. Once again, we don't have all the techniques out of the Remote Extravaganza. Maybe Dogmatica did something, but the Deer Servant definitely is doing something. Ice Dragon's Prison still going higher and higher in value. Ultra Rare. $37 Ultra. A $37 Ultra Rare out of Rise of Duels, just laughing at Genesis Impact, with the most expensive card being roughly around $30. In a Tier 1 meta deck. That's wild. Once again, looking at the rest of the cards out of this set, it's a phenomenal set, obviously, and a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, of course, are continuing looking into this set because the value is insane. Xiao Feng is the reason why one Yu-Gi-Oh! Player actually topped, or won, I should really say, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Event this past weekend at the PPG event. Chao Feng, Phantom of the Yang Zings, original only printing out of Cross Souls as a super rare with a $14 market price, is roughly around $16. $16 for Chao Feng. Yeah, no, I mean, and you only need one of it. But the new virtual variants, if I had to guess, will start implementing Chao Feng into the mix. It's going to be into the side deck, or extra deck. It's going to be there. I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon. So if you are looking to play virtual world, you're probably going to want to grab your hands on Chao Feng. I love seeing that card's name. Pot of Extravagance is a card that is starting to see a lot more play. And if things start seeing a lot more play, prices start to rise. Pot of Extravagance recent printing came out of the 2020 Tentacles Memories, or was it Toon Chaos? I always forget which one, but it doesn't really matter because both of the prices are roughly around the same. With the Toon Chaos Ultra being roughly around $18, the 2020 Megatons being roughly around $20, $19 to $20. I'd rather say get the Secret Rare Prismatic. I think it's a better version. But if you want the original print Secret Rare, so let's go check it out. Actually, the original print Secret Rare. Let's put this back on. Okay, so the unlimited versions are roughly around $25, which I knew it was gonna be. What's the original print though, like first editions? Okay, so they're roughly around $32. So you're looking at roughly around $32 for a Pot of Extravagance out of Savage Strike. And then of course you have the Collector's Rare version, which I highly recommend you do not buy. A lot of people look like the Collector's Rares. I like them too. Don't get me wrong. When they're the highest rarity. Technically speaking, Pot of Extravagance Collector's Rares with an $81 market price, realistically being unlimited. $70 in the market price. And if you want a first edition version, you're looking to pay around $100 for this card. Realistically speaking, let's think about it for a second. You got Pot of Desires with an Ultimate Rare, Pot of Greed with an Ultimate Rare, Pot of Average with an Ultimate Rare, Pot of Extravagance. Yeah, we know what's gonna happen with this card. Like, I don't understand why we're kind of like, who knows what could happen. The collector's rare variant of this card will go down in value with the announcement and a release subsequently of Pot Extravagance Ultimate Rare. So I'm not a big fan. Even though the collector's rare does look nice, it's not the highest rarity. I'm not gonna give it the credit it's needed to do. It's due because I know what's gonna happen. And we already saw Potter's Eyes get collector's rares and how that's working out compared to the Ultimate Rare, which is slowly diminishing off the market. Curse Elland is just not going down anytime soon. This card with a $30 market price is roughly around, right now, $32 to $35 on the market for Curse Elland. You need 3 of these. It's like whenever Elland the Golden Lord lost in value, Curse Elland's like, oh, don't worry about it. They're still gonna pay a lot of money for Eldritch. They're just going to. It's okay. Don't worry about it. They're gonna have to spend a ton of money nevertheless. So you got regular Elder the Golden Lord being roughly around $5, and if you want the secret, by the way, of Elder the Golden Lord, it's roughly around $40, averaging. It's hovering actually. But if you buy this, you obviously gotta buy Curse Elden, which is like $32. So like 35 plus 5 equals 40. Or you can buy Secret Elder the Golden Lord, which looks really nice. That says, well, do you own Ellen's? Because if you don't, you're spending a lot of money on Super Rare from Secret Slaves, which is insane because this card used to be like nothing. So, let's talk about one of the best cards right now for anyone not playing, well, combo / mid-range. If you are playing Gluru, Geist, anything that says, I'm going to activate this, look at your opponent, and say, do you have it? Summon Limit is probably one of the best cards right now that I'm not sure if a lot of players are getting on top of immediately, or going to be getting on top of. Summon Limit at Battle Legends Heroes Revenge, by the way. The Ultra Rare would have almost a $5 market price. It's still roughly around $5. That means you need 15 bucks for a playset of Summon Limit. Now, don't get me wrong, this card is a common reprint thing, and you can always go in and grab the common. I personally like the common more, to be honest with you, because Light Instruction's original print commons are really hard to find, and they're really nice, and if you want a first edition version, that's hitting almost their $5. It's roughly around almost their $4. It wouldn't be surprising this card also hits $5. So, what's happening with Summon Limit? Well, it's really simple. If you play Summon Limit, you go first against any of these decks, Drytons or Virtual World, you just flip up Summon Limit and they pass turn. Now, don't be wrong, Virtual World, yes, they still have the spell, they activate the spell, I don't know the name, the names like are doubled up for some ungodly reason. They activate a spell, they block out your Summon Limit, that's fine. But if you're a trap deck, or you're a control deck and you're running Summon Limit, let's be real, you probably have another answer anyway. So it doesn't really matter. You're just activating Summon Limit in response to an activation of effect of a card in hand when playing against Virtual World. And your deck, you just activate Summon Limit against Triton players, and for the most part, they kind of got a pass. It's a pretty good card. You know, this is a good card that I didn't see any play. Then again, people probably don't know about it until right now. And if you guys found this information out right here, right now, because I think I'm the only one that kind of figured this out, which is kind of silly when you think about it. Light Imprisoning Mirror. Now, let me just say before I say anything else, I don't know how to fully play against Drytons. I know the end board. I know where they want to go with the end board. I know probably the cards they want to hold in their hand with the end board. I know that. I know there's a Megalo variant and there's another variant that's as well. There's 2 variants of Drytons for the most part. I know that. I don't know the intricacy. So maybe there's a way they could play around this and I could get fully blown out. Maybe. But I'll tell you right now, I didn't play in the Road to Extravaganza this past weekend because I had to play Pokemon. And by the way, your boy V won it. And there's Pokemon Store Championships, and I'm representing one of my stores. I'm really excited about that. But looking at Light Imprisoning Mirror, this card's insane. Why is everyone not, like, did anyone just forget about this card? Okay, I'll remind you. Light Imprisoning Mirror, the most expensive version, being at a dual terminal 7, says, negate all light monster effects activated on the field or in the graveyard. Now, of course, this doesn't say anything about the hand, and maybe we'll start playing Mind Drain. No, for real though, if you're a control deck, why don't you play Mind Drain? A little bit against Virtual World, it's even worse than actually playing Summon Limit. It just puts your opponent on Better Have It. Now, looking at Light Imprisoning Mirror against the Dryton matchup, which I think is specifically against Dryton matchups, it also works good against Elder the Golden Lord, but against Drytons, this card's pretty broken. Negate all light, I love how it's capitalized, by the way. Light monsters effects activated on the field or in the graveyard. How's that Ben 10 looking, my guy? Like, I don't know, this card's insane. I feel like nobody realized it until like just now, and I feel kind of like I'm a little innovator. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe like Drytons like blow out past this. I'm gonna get like 5 of the same comment. By the way, you don't need to do that, but thank you. Comment for algorithm, but don't comment of the same thing. Hey V, doesn't work. Hey V, doesn't work. V works? It doesn't. Well, why is Yoda watching my videos? Look at Light Imprisoning Mirrors, dual terminal 7. The card's roughly around less than $3 on the market price. Near mint limited. They're roughly around $2. I meant this was a long time ago when I said, listen, DT Light Prism Mirror and DT Shadow Prism Mirror should not be in the single digit for listings for these cards. These cards should always be double digits. I firmly believe that. I still firmly believe that. I own a playset, one playset of each Light Prism Mirror and Shadow Prism Mirror from Dual Terminal. And look at that Light Prism Mirror. If I also play Control, yeah, this card's good. Flip against Tritons. Summon limit? Nah, I'll go easy on you. You just can't activate none of your cards that you're trying to activate. It's just not gonna happen. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I like this card a lot though. Joel Lockbird, this past weekend really hasn't done much. Joel Lockbird Ultimate Rare at OTS 1 Pack 8 with a $92 market price. Well, you got a wall over here being roughly around 91, but to be honest with you, keep an eye on this card. It's gonna break through. Abyss Dweller obviously is seeing meta play again. Gee, a card that's really good like Abyss Dweller that sporadically saw meta play is gonna see meta play again. I mentioned this once again in my Yu-Gi-Oh! Facebook group, and some people were like, I got it. And some people were like, V, this card doesn't seem any kind of meta play. This is the kind of guy that buys when stocks high, hoping it goes higher, and it doesn't. And then gets mad at himself and everybody else around him. No, this is how it works. Abyss Dweller OTS 1 Pack 13 is really good against Tritons. Activate it, look at your opponent, Ben 10 does nothing. We're seeing Dino players play this card, we're seeing Triton players play this card against other You know what's really broken? When a deck's using a card in case it plays another version of itself. That's literally what Abyss Dweller is for Tritons. They're just popping in and going, alright, so the minute you activate one of the effects, which I already know because I already activated more than likely, I'm going to activate this card. Broken. Abyss Dweller at an OTS 1 Pack 13, Ultimate Rare, with a $45 market price. It's roughly around, well, 51. Look at that. It's gonna go higher. it's going to go higher. I was gonna say with the Remote Duel Extravaganza, I know last I checked it was over 271 players. That's almost a regionals. I wouldn't be surprised we see a regionals or YCSB done remotely in the future. Just want to throw it out there, paisanos. All right, Phantom Knights. It's not bad right now. Phantom Knights were a joke last meta because every deck was like, I go first turn, multiple negates, and you can't do nothing. And whenever you try to put a card down, I'm gonna respond with some other goofy card. Cool. Phantom Knights though, are they good? Like, I'm almost to the point where I'm like, do I need to go in and grab Starlight Rare, Phantom Knight, Torn Scales right now? I mean, the card with a market price of $163 is actually down to, well, 150 roughly. 160, I mean, if you want to go by the first guy with the verified listings. Nevertheless, is it time to buy Phantom Knights? I mean, if you want to buy a Torn Scales, it's only $24. Not bad. It's a really good card. I think Phantom Knights is another version of a good control deck. And I think control decks is what we're kind of seeing here in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta as it unfolds to us, okay? The Extravaganza was a meta just showing its face, but we're going to see more of this. And to be honest with you, I think Phantom Knights have a good possible chance of coming out and being a competitive tier deck. Phantom Knights. Some players are already on it already, and they're going to be like, oh, I've always been on Phantom Knights. Good, nobody cares. I'm talking about like now. Now the meta is opening up. Now that we're getting a view, all of us, of the meta, now you're relevant. Like, don't say, oh, we were relevant back in last meta. Yeah, okay, you get bodied by Infernobles and Dragon Links, but like, this is a real time. Like, hold on, breathe. You're useful now. And not only are you useful, you're really useful. The prices of cards like Phantom Knight of Rad Gloves, by the way, OTS on Pack 2, is roughly around $14. Of course, you get some Fog Blades. They also started roughly around $14 for the Secret Rares. And yeah, Phantom Knight players, wake up. No, seriously, someone wake them up. Shake them and wake them up. That doesn't matter. Tell them they actually might be a tier 1 deck. I'm serious. Keep an eye on this deck. Chaos Valkyrie is another card that's being used as a tech choice in Tritons. I think it's a one-of. We saw one player use it. Chaos Valkyrie collects rares out of Toon Chaos with a $52 market price. Well, the unlimited versions are roughly around $33. But if you want a first version of Chaos Valkyrie, you're looking to pay roughly around $52. So if you're looking to play Tritons, this is a $52 collector's rares out of the set that actually has valuable collector's rares. You might want to go in and grab it before it's gone. It's not a bad card, to be honest with you. I own a copy of this card. So Zeus is seeing play more and more and more. And even though it came out of Phantom Rage, which equals bad value dot set, I mean, this set was so value-wise bad. Playability, amazing, which makes no sense because those almost never go hand in hand. Divine Arsenal Zeus is actually a good card. And it actually might start rising in the market. I mean, we're seeing the Starlight Rares start actually stabilize and then turn around and rise. Starlight Rare Zeus being roughly around $275. It's not going to be there for long, by the way. It will rise beyond that. But even looking at the cigarette version of Zeus, with a $51 market price, the value actually currently is stable at $51 with a 16 war. 16 wall, which is pretty crazy, which means it should not go higher, right? No, seriously, right? Will it? Maybe. I actually think it will. Guru. I put this in here to say Guru, just because I hate Guru. I don't hate Soteros. I don't hate Control. I love Control. I'm a Geist player, so that's why. If you're a Geist player and you play Geist long enough, you wind up hating Guru because it's like your brother, but you don't like your brother. That's what Guru is to Geist players. And Geist more than likely is the Guru players. But Guru is, if I had to be honest with you guys, definitely a real deck in the meta. Arguably a Guru variant, and I use the word variant because I mean there's no set Guru build, or Gluru, whatever you want to call it. It's tier 1. It was almost tier 1 last meta. This meta, yeah, no, it's 100% tier 1. Not only not getting touched by the bans, the decks that actually did bother Guru are gone. This is a real deck. And looking at Satira Guru, the highest version, I think, is this version. It's like 50 cents, but nobody cares. Quaking Mirror Force is a card that you might want to grab your hands on because Guru variants can use this card. Quaking Mirror, by the way, is a trap card originally printed out of Breakers of Shells. It says, when your opponent monster declares an attack, change all attack positions of monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position. Well, okay, whatever. I know it's like Book of Moon, but it's kind of okay, whatever. The other part is why I think this card's insane. Monsters change to face down defense position by this effect cannot change their battle position. Now, this is a original print out of Picture Shouts with a $3 market price. At value, well, it's about $3 to $4 for shipping, all over the place. There's only one official copy over here. It's almost there, $5, $3 to $5 basically for Quaking Mirror Force. You want first edition or unlimited. These are the print things. There's a common version, and there's another common version. They both do the same things. If you're playing Guru, why get max rarity? You're a Guru player. Obviously, you don't care about rarity. So yeah, there's a thing. And to be honest with you, this is a really good card if you are a Guru player. Definitely try it out. Play against any variant of a majority of decks, and if you resolve this card, there's a good chance your opponent's not going to be able to use that board for a good amount of time until you're ready to kill them. And let's be honest with you, if you're playing Guru, you're playing Dragoons. When you go out Dragoons, you're probably getting ready to kill them. So I do think Quaking Mirror Force is a phenomenal card, definitely an underestimated card, and definitely a card a lot of you players might start looking at right now in order to, well, control the meta, because this is a phenomenal trap card. Crackdown is seeing more play. Of course it is. Listen, I said it before and I'll say it again. Added 2022 in Lost Memories, which is an atrocious set for value. I mean, wow. Imagine putting a lot of money in this set. That's stupid. Crackdown 2020 tin version is obviously the highest rarity version of this card. This card should have been banned, but it's not going to be. Being the fact that this card's not banned, and we're in technically a mid-range format, I think we can easily say we are, even though Dragons did win, and they're not mid-range. Crackdown is a phenomenal trap card. Arguably one of the best trap cards in the game right now. Well, definitely one of the best, not the best. I think the Ice Dragons Prison holds that title. But looking at Crackdown 2022 Lost Memories, this card roughly right now is around almost near $4. This card was about $1 on release, and $1 after release, and $1 for a good amount of time. And then the market's drying up on Crackdown. So if you listen to me, you grabbed your Crackdowns, it's rising in value, good times. If you didn't, you bought a lot in Lost Memories, and the value is just, it's just sad. I think Borderlands on release day was like $18. Pot of Extravagance was like almost near 30s. Ivy Masquerade, I don't remember what this card was. I think it was like 9 for always. I could be wrong though. Appaloosa was like 17. That didn't hold well. Mystic Mime, nobody cares about Mystic Mime. Every Mystic Mime player, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I hate you. I hate you. I don't like you. Even though I did play Mystic Mime, it is such a degenerate card. It's just mean. Dimensional Barrier is actually starting to see main deck play. If you're a control player, you might want to consider maining it, because if you go first against, well, let's be honest with you, the game of Yu-Gi-Oh!, you activate this and you're probably going to have something you want to say. Against Virtual World, win. I mean, Exceeds, Synchro, Stop. I would probably say Synchro. Against Tritons, you just say, hey, Ritual. We'll do Rituals, I guess. I don't know. Rituals, probably. Yeah, definitely Rituals, because Ben 10. I guess literally almost any, even against other Guru players, when they activate effect, you just activate this card, and you're like, yeah, no, don't do that. Don't bring out Dragoons. I want to live so I could kill you. Let me live so I could commit murder. Look at Dimensional Barrier. It's a phenomenal card that was kind of seeing side deck play sporadically, but now we're starting to see main deck play. Do you have your copies? Seriously. Dimensional Barrier's original print at Invasion Vengeance with a $4 market price is starting to clean up the market. Unlimited copies are $4, but if you want a first edition version, you're looking to start playing roughly around $9. This card is going to rise in value. Hurrah! Obviously, we're seeing decks that play trap cards, like a lot of trap cards. Not like, oh, I play in Perm, I'm a trap card deck. No, like, you know, like 8 or 9 minimum, that are not Eldic. Maybe even, we're seeing next starting to play D-Barrier, because if you go first, you win Dice Roll, you activate D-Barrier, you win the game. Congratulations, the game is over. I mean, think about it. If you're a control deck and your opponent that's playing any kind of like virtual world Drytons, they can't play one turn. How badly are you gonna be able to beat them cheeks in one turn? If I had to come up with a number, it would be every single guy, like every single time. Every single time. You just flip this card over and you're like, don't play this turn. And then they just lose. Like, what are they gonna do? They lose easily, fast, quickly. Listen, I think D-Barrier is a phenomenal card. I've been saying it for a very long time, and I do think that it's time that this card is considerate for main deck play. Let's be honest with you, this card is broken. We always knew it was broken. It was only a matter of time before it was going to see main deck play. Won't be surprised when this card starts seeing play in Virtual World and Drytons. That sounds crazy? Well, if you're a Virtual World Dryton player, if you had a chance to activate D-Barrier, if your opponent scuffed your hand up while you activate hand traps and or you're not opening optimally, how great is this card going second? Nobody really has an answer for D-Barrier other than the, oh, okay, yeah, I know. You play that? Oh, god damn it. Shuffles hand, shuffles hand. Shuffles hands, sets what's obviously a bluff cards, begrudgingly says, pass turn. And then you're like, oh, thank you, man. And then you just murder their face. Listen, D-Barrier is a phenomenal card. And to be honest with you, if you don't have these versions of Invasion Vengeance, they're going to be gone soon. They're going to be clean off the market. Just throwing it out there. So my top 5 decks of this meta, well, I'll start with the 5th deck. I think Dinos are, and I don't think they're in any order until you get to like first place, but Dinos are definitely one of the best decks of the meta. And these top 5 could be even considered, all of them could be considered Tier 1. So, if you're a Dino player, yes, the ban list missed you again. Have you read Miss? Yeah, it's great. We know memes. Can you get over it? Why are like young kids nowadays? And I'm old already, so I can say that, right? I get in Yu-Gi-Oh terms, like I'm 37, but in like Yu-Gi-Oh terms, like in Yu-Gi-Oh age, I'm 142. I should have a cane, a beard, a robe, and I should live in a little whatever. And people gotta like venture to see me fax my wisdom, but I want to give them a sentence and they get the fuck out of here. Listen, why are Yu-Gi-Oh players overdoing memes over and over again? Yu-Gi-Oh grind my gears, but it's just like people go, Miss, have you read Miss? That's how you laugh, by the way. And I just go, you're lucky I'm on camera because I can reach over, I'll grab you by your goddamn neck and slap your head against the table until your brain works correctly. Stop it. We get it. It was funny the first time. Second time, it just stop with the memes, kids. Make new ones. Stop reusing the old ones. Like, it's just annoying. Pot of greed, what does it do? And of course, your other morons that say that reuse the memes, they're laughing, but everybody else with like a consciousness or a brain just goes, oh, the thing from like a year ago? Oh yeah, that was really funny. It was really good, right? It was really good. I don't know. Something about that annoys the crap out of me. I hear him do it, I go, that's what I do. I go, you fucking... Listen, okay, so that's number 5. Now, players, congratulations. Seriously. I don't know how this is happening. I don't think even you know how this is happening. I think Striker players just devolved to Dino players. And my reasoning is because, like, Strikers, like, just would never get hit in the ban list. Eventually they did, but they would still see play because Konami would hit the wrong cards because Konami. And then Striker players they just devolve into, like, normally you players are like trying to progress, not Striker players. They just became Dino players. And if you're a Dino player, have you played Strikers? Realistically, have you played Strikers? And like, is this like your like whatever you'll say like it's your final form? But I believe it's like your final de-evolution. I was thinking about that. It's just the correlation annoys me because I think it's a thing. Anyway, that's number 5. Number 4, I really do think well, to be honest with you, I think it's any. I mean, you can say any trap deck. Any trap deck, Ultra Guys, Guru, is definitely number 4. Because, yes, your deck is phenomenal, but right now you're saying, yeah, we are good, V. You could brick badly, like really badly. Number 3 is going to be any Elec variant. And yes, you could say, wait a minute, V, you said trap variant. Sure. Elec doesn't really play towards fully trap. Elec is not always going to be control. I mean, good example, Elec Zodiac. Can we agree that's a mid-range deck? That is the definition of a mid-range deck. Now, yes, Elec by its nature should be considered control, but it's not being used to drag you on to turn 20. Ideally, if an Elec player is playing super late game, they're not happy more than likely because they want that game to be over already. Most of those variants are playing mid-range, and I do think that Elec, in its own essence, is a mid-range deck. So I definitely include like Elec Zodiac because I'm not sure if anyone's playing pure Zodiac, but I think Elec Zodiac's mid-range. All right, so that's number 3. Number 2, Virtual World. Hey, VFD. They didn't hit it, am I right, boys? Virtual World, just walking in, just going bang, bang. And by bang, bang, I mean activate VFT, your opponent can't do nothing. Pass turn, you go again. You bring out that other guy whose name is really annoying because it's said twice. And swing with 2 VFTs and you win the game. Congratulations, your deck did things and your opponent didn't dare to do anything. Now, of course, you get to any trap variant. You won't do that because you'll probably get smacked on. But against any of the rest of the decks in the game, that works. And that works really good. And let's be honest with you, it works more times than it doesn't, and that's why your deck is definitely one of the best decks, if not the best deck, arguably the best deck of the game. But I'm still going to give them my #1 slot to Dritons. Dritons is, 1, new, so players don't know about it. 2, that can go into cards like Appaloosa, which everyone forgot about, but in mid-range format, Appaloosa reigns queen. This card is main bay. I did not buy Starlight Ray Appaloosa thinking, yep, can't wait to never play this card again. This card is insane. I don't understand a format in which we cannot use this card in if we're in a mid-range format. Going to Appaloosa early against your opponent tells them, hey, listen, you have to answer immediately, or you're going to give me monster effects that you're just not going to resolve. You're going to have to go neg in order for you to equal out against 1 card. And yeah, Appaloosa does take up to 4 monsters to make, arguably, but realistically, is it really hard for a lot of players to spam cards on board? No, else Virtual will not be #2 on this list. But look at Appaloosa, it is a phenomenal card, and a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are using it, specifically Driton players. Now, that's only 1 card in the toolbox that Driton can easily abuse, Ben 10, to bring out other cards in. So I still have to give the #1 slot to Dritons. The deck's amazing still. And even though, yeah, at times it doesn't fully fluctuate correctly, it really doesn't matter because with Dritons, like, people are still figuring out the best build. In fact, in my opinion, I think one of the best builds, or the most consistent build, has already been figured out yet, as the guy who won the Extravaganza, a over 270 man event, 9 rounds, and then what, like 7 a.m. and then an hour ago after watching this video, like, it just ended. But the guy that won the event played Dritons. It just says to you what is like one of the best decks in the game, and I really do think it is. So anyways, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. It's your boy V. Hey, hit that subscribe button on the channel, hit the like button, share this video, and you guys have a great day.